Hi, I'm Katie, and welcome back to another episode of A Whole Lotta Cheese. Today we are making avocado and spinach mac and cheese, because who doesn't love mac and cheese? So we're making things a little easier today with the avocado. We don't have to make a roux. That eliminates a major step. We're cooking the pasta directly in some almond milk. You can use regular milk if you prefer. I like to use unsweetened almond milk. I have about 2 cups of almond milk, about 2 cups of whole wheat pasta. You can use any kind you want. I have just little shells. I have about 1 cup of spinach and about 1 cup of sharp cheddar cheese, but you don't really need to measure the cheese as much. You can just, shred as much as you want, but please, 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 if you're gonna do anything, do not use pre-shredded cheese. It won't melt as nice, and we want it to be nice and creamy and delicious. I also have a little bit of salt, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of pepper, some basil, garlic, 2 avocado, some Dijon mustard, and a little bit of Greek yogurt. All right, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is add our pasta to a pot. We're going to add our milk to the pot as well. All right. Then we are going to heat to a high heat. All right, so we want the milk to get nice and bubbly. So we're going to stir so we don't get anything burned until it's bubbling. And those do not count as bubbling, so don't get too excited. We want it to be like boiling. You're gonna fake yourself out with the stirring. It's gonna make bubbles. Again, that doesn't count. We have to keep going. Just be a little patient. I promise it'll be worth it. So these are the real bubbles you're looking for. Once it gets, it's starting to bubble along the edges, we're gonna give it another good stir, and then I'm gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna reduce it down to about medium heat, and we're gonna let this cook down. You wanna stir occasionally. You don't have to stir as frequently, so we can go on to another step while this is cooking. But you're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes. It's gonna be till the milk just cooks down and the pasta's cooked through. So now we're gonna make the sauce, the avocado sauce. So we're gonna come over here to the food processor, and we're gonna put in all of our ingredients. So we have our avocado, which I just squeeze this out like this. You can be more civilized and use a spoon if you want, but we might as well not do that. I like to be a little bit messy. All right, so both avocados get squeezed in here. Okay, fine, I'll use the spoon. All right. Okay, then we're gonna put our garlic in. I put about 2 cloves of garlic. If you don't like garlic that much, please feel free to use just 1, but for me, the more garlic, the better. A little bit of lemon juice. The lemon juice is what's gonna keep it fresh. It also adds a little bit of acidity. Just good to eat both ways. Good pinch of salt. Some dried basil. And about a teaspoon or so of plain Greek yogurt, just for some extra creaminess. All right, then we just want to combine those together. Have a nice puree going. We're gonna then add our spinach in. Again, this is about 1 cup of fresh spinach. All right, this is all set for us. We're gonna come back and stir our pasta again. Got lots of bubbles going over here now. This is just about a little bit of patience. So cooking the pasta in the milk eliminates the step of creating a roux, which I'm usually too lazy to create anyway. So this is the lazy girls version of mac and cheese. We all love that. All right. let that cook down. All right, so our milk is cooked down, and we're gonna reduce the heat to about medium-low. This is when we get to do the fun part. Add the cheese. So we're gonna just add about half the cheese right now. A little bit of Dijon mustard for extra flavor. And a little bit of olive oil. Just about a teaspoon or so. Give this a good stir. Melt that cheese. Once we start melting, we can add the rest of the cheese. We just don't want it to all melt in a big clump. All right. Get the rest of that good stuff in there. All right. Once your cheese is nice and melted, we're gonna add in our avocado mixture. So you just wanna dump in this entire thing. Try not to leave too much extra in the food processor because that's flavor and we don't want to exclude any flavor. All right. Give that a stir, combine everything. Gotta love this nice bright green color we got going on. All right, so now we wanna let this heat through for a minute or two. I like to add a little bit of ground pepper at this point. All right. Once it's all heated through, it's ready to eat. All right, now we get to eat. So good, so creamy, so cheesy, so delicious. Can't beat the avocado in this. So just a note, this recipe will be able to be refrigerated for about a day or two. I wouldn't go much longer than that. But if you want to put it in the fridge, just add a little extra lemon juice so that it doesn't get too brown. You can, of course, find a printable version of this recipe on wholelottocheese.com. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss all our future episodes and a whole lot of bonus content. And don't forget, everything's better with a whole lot of cheese. Humming can sometimes, make it go a little faster, so that's optional, but sometimes if you hum to your food, it likes to cook faster for you and it tastes even yummier. Imagine that.